Big up, guys. Big up, guys. Welcome to the match preview stream. And apologies, I meant to be getting this out earlier than this, but it was supposed to be yesterday. And other delays, it was meant to be earlier today and so forth. And I delayed it all till today, in fact, and I was wanting to do it Friday. But everything was chaos, and it's just gone. The days have flown since the new year. Since we're into the new year, it's just gone mad, guys. It's just mental. And I wouldn't be surprised if I don't have anyone in the live chat now or anything. But I'm not that bothered. As long as people will watch this, I'm sure, possibly live or on playback or whatever. Because I obviously wanted to get this preview out. For Everton and the Bees from the Hill Dickinson Stadium, away obviously at Everton. So it's going to be interesting. Our first time there to this new stadium at Everton, but we want to win. We want a victory. We're away. We've got to get our away record better this year. Just 2 away wins last year. Not good enough. That was against, obviously, Wolves 2-0 and West Ham 2-0. And funnily enough, those two are playing at the moment and against each other. And yes, I'm sure people will think this is mad. This must be a New Year trick or something, a figment of the imagination. But Wolves are winning 3-0 against West Ham. Yes, is everyone? Yeah, you're not dreaming, guys. Wolves are actually winning the game, beat West Ham 3-0, and it's looking increasingly bad for their manager, Nuno. I don't think he's going to last there much longer. But I said it was going to come at some stage. They were going to beat some team. They were going to start winning somewhere. A big win, and it looks like it's going to be West Ham. So, another match is going on. In fact, Rangers are beating Celtic 3-1. That's a big shock. I know Warren won't be happy with that. He loves the Sports Celtic. So sorry, buddy, but your team are losing 3-1. It might have even, is that finished? I don't know. Let's have a look. Because I was kind of watching the telly as well, watching it on the telly. But I'll bring it up on here as well. I think will be best. So let's look at what the scores are so far. Brighton are beating Burnley 2-0 as well at the moment. Ruter and Ayari with their 2 goals. Yes, as I say, Wolves 3-0 up. Yes, you've heard that right. 3-0 up against West Ham. Arias in the 4th minute. Hwang in the 31st penalty. And Mane. No, not that Mane. He used to play for Liverpool. But a different one. He made it 3 in the 41st. And we're obviously into the second half there. And still 3-0 Wolves. A big, big surprise. But we knew it was going to come somewhere. And obviously it's West Ham that are going to, on the end of this, the first Wolves victory. And so, obviously, Bournemouth Arsenal is on at 5:30 later on. Oh, yes, it was a final score. Rangers won, beat Celtic 3-1. And Celtic were in the lead there. Yang Hyun in the 19th. So 1-0 at half-time Celtic, in fact. And in the second half, Rangers, that's a massive win for them. Yusuf Chamiti, 50th and 59th, and Moore. Mikey Moore, I think that is, on Spurs, on loan. 71st. So, incredible win for them. Amazing win for Rangers to beat Celtic. Of course, with their new manager, it's not exactly Wilfred Nancy. He's not exactly doing much there, is he? He's been pretty poor. So, yeah. Those are the scores so far. And I got a comment there from Harry. Yeah, only gun, of course. Harry there. Be up to you, bro. Hope you're well, buddy. Be up, Steve. Hope you're good, bro. Yeah, cool, man. I'm cool. Yeah, no worries, bro. As I say, you know, been trying to get this stream out for last 2 or 3 days. And, yeah, it's not been easy. Everything's been going on. It's just still mad. It starts of the new year and it's crazy. Absolutely chaos. And things are just going so quick. And before we know it, we'll be celebrating Christmas again and another New Year at the end of this year, which will go just like that, you know. But anyway, getting on to the preview, which I'm on here for the game tomorrow, a big game away for us. We've got to try and win. Very important game. You know, we need this. A good start to the year away from home. And I hope we can do it. So Everton versus the Bees. Analysis, team news, match officials and more. Here's everything you need to know ahead of Brentford's Premier League game against Everton at the Hill Dickinson Stadium tomorrow, Sunday the 4th of January. Live on Sky Sports. Brentford will make their first visit to Hill Dickinson Stadium when they face Everton in the Premier League on Sunday. The Bees head to Merseyside unbeaten in their last 4 league games, winning the last away trip 2-0 at Wolves. It'll be a tougher one than that, though. Let's be honest, this one. Everton won their most recent game away at Nottingham Forest, but narrowly lost their last home fixture to league leaders Arsenal. Analysis, team news, match officials and more. Here's everything you need to know ahead of the game. Pre-match analysis, Stephen Gillet. Playmaker stats, Keane and Tarkowski anchor Everton's defensive result. Brentford will make their main appearance at Everton's new Hill Dickinson Stadium in their first away clash of 2026. And an interesting challenge lies ahead. How do you attack a team that simply loves defending? Currently 1 place and a single point behind the 8th place Toffees in the Premier League, the Bees face an Everton side that has rediscovered its DNA during David Moyes' second stint at the club. Industrious and organised, the Merseysiders have made a strong start to the 25-26 campaign. They're very much built from the back. Only Arsenal 12, Man City 17 and Sunderland 18 have conceded fewer goals than Everton this season. So that's how tough it's going to be for us, breaking down that. The Everton brick wall. At the heart of the Toffees' defensive efforts have been centre-backs James Tarkowski, XB, of course, and Michael Keane. And the quick skim of the statistics illustrates how effective the pair are when it comes to protecting their own goal. Both Tarkowski and Keane in contention to start after missing the 2-0 win over Forest last time out, featuring the Premier League's top 10 across 3 different statistical categories this term, excelling in clearances made, shots blocked and aerial duels won. Brentford's defenders are cut from similar cloth, with the likes of Nathan Collins and Sepp Vandenberg also featuring towards the top of such metrics this season. Everton 21.6 are notably the only team in the Premier League averaging more aerial duels one per 90 than Brentford, 19.8. Given their hosts' physical prowess and defensive tenacity, Brentford head coach Keith Andrews will no doubt be keen to target Everton's vulnerabilities rather than their strengths. In this regard, Andrews could look to set traps for Moyes' men in possession. Only 5 teams have lost possession more often this season than Everton, 165. Also ranked second in the top flight for unsuccessful touches with 329. It's also worth noting that only Tottenham, 23, are committing more errors leading to an opponent's shot than Everton, 20. Despite their defensive solidity, only Wolves, 11, and Forest, 18 have scored fewer Premier League goals than Everton, 20 this season. And Brentford may look to invite their hosts to overcommit in attack. After the blistering raid that led to Kevin Sharder's second goal in the 4-1 win over Bournemouth after Christmas, the Bees have scored 6 goals on the break this term. Their ability to transition forward quickly, a potent weapon in their armoury. Both sides are likely to be organised, resilient and capable of dealing well with conventional threats. How they fare outside their respective comfort zones could therefore prove crucial. Scout report, Dan Long, Sky Sports, Moyes' return offers Everton stability and belief. On 11th of January, the day David Moyes returned to Goodison Park after 12 years away, Everton was 16th in the Premier League, 1 point above the relegation zone and with a goal difference only marginally superior to Wolves and Ipswich. The 2 teams immediately below them. But his homecoming roused something from deep within the squad. There was no way he was going to let the club slip any further into the relegation battle. With a new stadium just months away, retaining top flight status was completely and utterly imperative. They lost his first game 1-0 at home to Everton. Worryingly, that was the 9th time in 11 games the Toffees had failed to score. But that preceded a run of 9 unbeaten, which included the 1-1 draw at Brentford on 26th of February. By the time of the March international break, Moyes' side were 15th, but now with safety as good as secured, with a gap to Ipswich in 18th having grown to 17 points, which was, to all intents and purposes, an unassailable advantage. By the season's conclusion, that the gap was 23 points, with Everton finishing with 3 straight wins for the first time in 36 years to secure a 13th place finish, the highest since 2020-21. They signed off at Goodison Park, their home since 1892, with a 2-0 win over Southampton in the penultimate game of the season. Courtesy of an Ilman Njai double on the final day. Of course, he's away on AFCON now, duty. Ilman Njai, whatever you say his name. So that's a danger we won't have to face because he's a great player, rating, very good quality attacker. Brilliant. On the final day, Charlie Alcaraz's goal sealed a 1-0 victory at Newcastle, away at Newcastle. Speaking to the BBC after that result, Moyes said, "The biggest top thing I'd have to say is, with the mentality that we've got inside the dressing room, that what we've got inside the football club is something special. Let's hope we can keep it going. Let's hope we can build on it for next season, because the form since I've come in has been amazing. In 2 of the 4 seasons prior to 25-26, Everton had flirted with relegation despite encouraging starts. In 21-22, they won 4 of the first 6, but survived by just 4 points. And in 22-23, they took 10 points from the first 9, but survived by just 2 points. They won 4 of the first 7 at the start of this season, which included a 2-0 win against Brighton, the first Premier League match at their new Hill Dickinson Stadium, but there has been no sudden slip into trouble this season. For now, many will be content with the consistency brought by Moyes' return to Merseyside. and the long-awaited feeling of stability and security had been absent in turbulent recent years. The game plan with Christopher Beasley, Liverpool Echo. Christopher Beasley, Everton reporter for Liverpool Echo, has explained how he expects David Moyes to set up his Everton side at Hill Dickinson Stadium. David Moyes rarely deviates from his usual 4-2-3-1 formation, Beasley said in hot off the press earlier this week. Everton are not as direct as they had been in recent years, though with Jack Grealish now in the side. However, Iliman and Jai, who is currently away with Senegal at the Africa Cup of Nations, is a big miss. Exactly. So I sort of already mentioned. Their last Premier League starting 11 versus Nottingham Forest 4-2-3-1. Pickford, Patterson, O'Brien, Tarkowski, Mikolenko, Garner, Eric Bunyan, Dibbling, Roll, McNeil, and Barry. If it's something like that again, it's still going to be fairly tough. I mean, a team with, of course, you got Grealish in it. Well, he was missing from that one, wasn't he? Actually, Grealish. So I don't know what's going on with him. But then they're tough at the back. They're always going to be hard to break down. And they've still got some decent players going forward. I always rated Dwight McNeil. Always thought he was really good. Very good player. Dibbling has got quality. For a young player, we know when he was at Southampton. Garner isn't bad. Barry, decent up front. I think we're not going to be too bad. I think we should, as good as they're decent as they are, some of them, they're nothing amazing. So I think we could deal with them fairly well. But it's just going to be how we're going to get goals, because it's going to be hard to break down that defence. So I think Thiago needs to turn up and do a bit more this time. And of course, Sharda needs to have a great game again and hopefully get a couple of goals or another hat-trick would be amazing, but I doubt if that'll happen. Of course, no, we can break down Tottenham. We cancelled each other out. That was poor, that one at home, the 0-0. So anyway, the match officials, Taylor given second Brentford game of the campaign. This bloody idiot, prickhead, Anthony Taylor. Referee, oh dear. Assistants, Gary Bezic and Adam Nunn. Fourth official, Adam Herzog. Or Herzog, sorry, I should say. Adam Herzog. VAR, Tony Harrington. Anthony Taylor, absolute baldy prat. Lump of shit. Will take charge of his second Brentford game of the season on Sunday after being in charge of the Bees' 2-1 defeat away at Sunderland. Yeah. Didn't exactly bring us much luck there, did he? Although we could have had something, let's be honest, in that game. We probably should have. Although, yes, he gave us a penalty and we fucked that up, letting Sharda have it instead of Thiago. It would have been a different story, I think, if Thiago would have taken it. But it wasn't to be. We ended up losing 2-1 to a good team, though, Sunderland. Very good team. And we got them soon, actually, at home as well. So, be up to you, Luca. Hope you're well, buddy. Hope you're good. Looking forward to the game today against Bournemouth, I'm sure. I think you should beat them. They're really bad form at the moment. They're, slipping down the league, down the table. And we beat them, of course. We slapped them up 4-1. So I think, I think you should beat them, to be honest. And you are top. I mean, let's be honest, you're going really well there. You slapped up Villa. Although they won today, Villa, of course. Come back well, beating Forest 3-1. So, I'm just going to get to this look at some of these scores again from earlier. Why is it still on? Don't want fucking Scottish football. Can fuck off. Yeah, let's get to, yeah. So, yes, they won 3-1. Aston Villa against Forest. Brighton still 2-0 up against Burnley. Wolves still 3-0 up against West Ham. And so, getting back to this though, and talking about obviously this twat, Anthony Taylor. Manchester-born Taylor joined the ranks of EFL officials in 2006 before progressing to the select Group 1 of top-flight officials for the 2010-11 season. He became the first man since Arthur Kingscott in 1901 to referee multiple FA Cup finals when he oversaw Arsenal's 2-1 victory against Chelsea in May 2020. So, don't make him a good referee, though, does it? He's still fucking useless. So far this season, Taylor has taken charge of 22 matches across various competitions, showing 85 yellow cards and 2 reds. 5 of those bookings came when Keith Andrews' side visited the Stadium of Light earlier this term. Memorable meeting. Everton 2, Brentford 3. I wouldn't mind a few goals like that again, but obviously not conceding 2. We'd like to not concede, but 3 goals again would be ideal this time. Rico Henry scored the winner, and he don't get many goals, let's be honest. Yeah, Rico Henry scored the winner as Brentford came from behind to beat Everton in a rip-roaring Premier League encounter. The Bees fell behind early on before the hosts were reduced to 10 men. A deflected Johan Visser shot levelled it up. A deflected Johan Visser shot levelled it up before the same man headed at the second equaliser after the break. But the final 3-2 scoreline only told part of the story. Everton ended the match with 9 men and only had 10 on the pitch when they scored their second goal, a penalty just before half-time. And Brentford used the extra man to take to their advantage in the second period as Henry netted a late third at Goodison Park. Yeah, we would love 3 goals again, but not conceding 2. We'd love that. We want a good win here. We need it. As I say, it is a tough place to go to, Everton, and the new stadium. It's certainly not going to be easy. Yeah, so that's tomorrow, of course. And then we got Sunderland at home. Another tough one. But we're at the G-Tech. Hopefully we can beat these lot. That ain't going to be easy either, but I feel we got the home advantage. Let's hopefully beat them. I know it's not going to be a walk in the park, but I'm hoping we can do it. And then, of course, Sheffield Wednesday in the FA Cup on Saturday the 10th. So games are coming thick and fast, of course. And I'm sure we should beat Sheffield Wednesday in that. In the FA Cup, you'd think the way they're going in major trouble, in deep shit. Close to administration, close to administration there. So, they're in real bad and points deducted and everything. So, if we can't beat them, I don't know. Then, of course, Chelsea away on Saturday, 17th of January. Tough one, of course. Really, they've yet to get a new manager, of course. Maresca has left, as we all know. And then we end January with the game we first played in our first game last season, or this season, I should say, last year, against Forest, but this time away, at home. Sorry, we're at home, not away. so we're not at the City ground. We're at the G-Tech. Can we get our revenge? Lost poorly, badly in that 3-1. We didn't turn up. First game of the season, it was absolutely pathetic. So we got to do better this time, and I'm sure we can. You know, they got a new manager, of course, in Dyche. So yeah, they had Nuno when we went there the first game. We all know what happened after that. He didn't manage to stay, as we know. It was Big Ange, and then obviously now Dyche. So 3 managers in that space of time they've had, Nottingham Forest. So yeah, so Sunday 25th. So that's the end that closes out January. And but yeah, let's get to who's going to play, who we think's going to start for us. Let's see. Well, we all know who the goalie will be. The goalie's obvious, Kieran Kelleher in goal. Kept a clean sheet, of course, against Spurs, but didn't have much to do, let's be honest. So that was always going to happen. So yeah, he's definitely going to be in goal. I would think it'd be close to what it has been. Whether Vandenberg's back, I'm not sure. But you just well keep it the way it is. It's been going well. It's doing all right. You know, I haven't conceded many. He was conceding 1 against Bournemouth, then none against Spurs. So why change it? It's doing well. Keep Coyote there, obviously Collins. It's done all right, actually. I thought at times he looked weak and not great at times this season, but I thought he was really good against Spurs, albeit not against a team that didn't produce as much. So, you know, they didn't do enough going forward. So, but he did do well. So, you know, I'll play him here again. I mean, I don't think they got enough up front, Everton, anyway. For them, it's going to be hard to get goals as well. So, maybe Vandenberg may come back, but I would stick with it how it is. Definitely Rico Henry at left back as well. He's been great since he's come back, and you know he's proper left back and should be playing. The midfield, well, maybe Henderson will concede. I'd like to see Damsgaard. I'm definitely Damsgaard. He has to play. Let's get something going forward. You know, you need something to break open that Everton defence. They need the lock, the key to the lock. So he could be that, and he needs to play. He didn't even come on against Spurs and didn't play at all. So this time, please, Keith, get Mikael Damsgaard on from the start. Let's get some sort of thing happening in midfield, a playmaker, distribution, get some good balls going forward and get us up front and attacking. We got to undo that stubborn defence, and Damsgaard, I think, will be needed. Yarmulke will probably carry on. He's done pretty well, for sure, unless they go with Jensen, but I would think it'll still be Yarmulke. Well, he's more sort of defensive midfield, of course. Janelt as well will possibly continue. So, who do you leave out? Would you leave Henderson out? I don't know. Possibly. You've got to get Damsgaard in, though. You have got to get Damsgaard in. We need that. We need something to unlock that defence. So, yeah, I'd start with Damsgaard, but I'm not Keith Andrews. So, Who knows what he's really going to do? But if we got any chance, you put a playmaker in that can unlock a defence. So for me, Damsgaard has to play. And no doubt it'd be Sharda and Thiago up front, and also Lewis Potter, I think's done just enough to stay there. Scored the 2 against Wolves, of course, as well. Reece Nelson looked quite good when he came on the other day as well, to be honest, against Spurs. So it could be tricky, but I'd keep Lewis Potter, Thiago and Sharda. Want Thiago to do more now. Sharda can do it, as we all know. Inconsistent as he is, but if he does it, produces it, he's very capable of getting a few goals. And we've got to get him there. We've got to get some. We know it's going to be tough, but yeah. So I'm going to go for a prediction now, guys. What's it going to be? Well, I'm hoping for a win. We've got to win. Get our away form going. Come on, guys. Everton are tough. They're going to be tough to break down. But I don't think they're going to offer enough to worry us going forward. Let's go and attack, please. You know what? I think we're going to keep a clean sheet. I just don't know if they've got enough there to, unless they play Grealish and whatever, Grealish and Dwight McNeil is good. They have got some decent players, Garner. But I just don't know if they have got enough striking, enough potency up front to get goals. So I think we could keep a clean sheet here, guys, It could backfire and it might not happen. But the 2 games we actually won, we kept clean sheets. So 2-0 on both of them, West Ham, Wolves. So, yeah, I think we can win. It's going to be so tight and not a lot in it, though. I think maybe a 1-0. If we could get a 1-0, that'd be amazing. If you think, well, let's say if Everton do score, I think possibly a 1-1. I just feel we can get a goal or 2 here. I just feel we can. So I'm going to go, if we can win this, it's like 2 scores here, really, predictions. Going for 1-0 to the Bees and a 1-1. If it's not a 1-0, I think a 1-1. Unless we can somehow have another 0-0. But it won't be great, but it won't be pretty, but it'll be another point. But I'd like to say 3 points, so I'm going to go for a 1-0 Bees. I just think we can nick it here. Somehow, I've got a feeling we can nick it. And a 1-0. So anyway, guys, that's what I'm gonna bounce. Gonna obviously get back to watching football and get something to eat as well. But I won't be doing that other stream, by the way, now, guys. The Buzz one. I was going to do that, transfers and everything coming up. But it won't be today now. It'll probably be tomorrow. Later on tomorrow, I think. So I'll do that one tomorrow now instead. Along with maybe, well, obviously you might do reaction later tomorrow to the game. If not, that'd be Monday. But there's still plenty of content to come, guys. Still on the 201 subs. Please get that going up. Come on, let's get that going up, guys. That subs, please. Follow me on Insta at Mr. B for Life 182 and subscribe to Mr. B Hive of Football Chat. As I say, keep smashing those likes. Many thanks for getting me to 201 subs, which I'm still on last year. But keep subbing into the new year, guys, which we are in the new year. What is it, 3 days? 3 days into the new year. So come on, guys, let's get my subs going up still. Get me to 250. I want my next milestone. And let's go. let's go. I'm going to keep bringing this content out as much as I can. Even if it is delayed, I'm not getting it out every single day. I will try. And the times I try and say I will try and do. So apologies, guys, if I'm not messing anyone around. Obviously, other things happen, and it has been chaos. Coming into the new year has not been easy. So anyway, guys, I will see you for the next one, which will be obviously be reaction and the buzz, which will possibly both. Well, one will be tomorrow at least. Anyway, guys, for the time being, I'm out of here. I'm bouncing. Everyone enjoy your weekend, the rest of it, and the football and everything else. Cheers, guys. I'm out of here. Bye. Bye.